Hey guys, welcome to this edition of Medical Monday. Today I am going to answer a few questions from last week. Now, if you guys tuned in last week, we did our first live video. So that was really kind of fun. So we're going to do as many live Medical Mondays as we can with my schedule permitting. So unfortunately this one had to be recorded because I will be working on Monday. It'll be one of my last days to work at the hospital here in Mesa. So we're recording this, but I do have some questions from last week that I'd like to address. So stay tuned. I'm Katie.
And I'm David. And we are RN RV Chronicles.
Alright guys, our first question comes from Kenny and Sabrina of Moving Forward Adventures, and they asked us if we plan our year ahead. Actually, no, we do not. We are lucky if we plan 1 month in ahead sometimes, because the problem with planning ahead for me is that the jobs are not posted until at least a month before, or even less, that they are ready for the start date. So we sort of can plan, but what we found when we've planned, we generally haven't gone where we thought we were going to go. Like, for instance, last summer we had planned on going up to South Dakota for the winter, and I applied for a couple jobs up there, and it just didn't work out. So we said, not going to South Dakota, so we changed our plans and went to Pennsylvania. This summer we had kind of wanted to go up to the Pacific Northwest, maybe Oregon or Montana, Wyoming, or try South Dakota again, but that didn't work out, so we're going back to Pennsylvania again. Well, I don't want to say that didn't work out, but we just kind of changed our plans because I got a little homesick, so we decided to go back to Pennsylvania. So we really don't plan too far in ahead. Maybe, like I said, maybe a month or so. So thank you, Kenny and Sabrina, for the great question. My next question comes from Paula Den. Paula writes, I am an ED nurse and am planning to travel in the future with my husband in our Class C RV. Are you able to work 12 hours and set your own schedule? I currently work 12-hour shifts and 3 nights a week. Does your agency require a minimum of hours per week? So, most hospitals say that I will be on self-scheduling. In fact, I think every hospital that I have been to so far, I've always asked in my interview, how is the scheduling done? And they always tell me it's self-scheduling. One hospital that I've been at, my first hospital in Winston-Salem, Forsyth Medical Center in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, they were truly self-scheduling. They came to me my first night of orientation and said, fill in your schedule. I wrote in my schedule, and they did not change one night that I had picked, and I didn't get canceled once. So Forsyth, very good. Yes, self-scheduling. Every other hospital, what I found is they are self-scheduling for their staff nurses, but not for their travel nurses. Because usually there's a computer program that you need to sign on to get in, to do your scheduling, and they never give me access to do that. So my schedule is always put in by whoever is the final scheduler in the department, which doesn't really bother me. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. I would truly like self-scheduling, yes. But in the end, I would like them to put me on the days where they actually need me. If they can foresee some days that they would actually need me over other days that I might pick for myself, I'm glad that they schedule me on those days because I'm there to work. I don't want to be canceled. Yes, all of my days are 12-hour days. I do work, all hospitals that I've been at do utilize the 12-hour days, except for one. Some of their staff nurses do 8-hour days, but they never scheduled me on those, so that was fine because I just wanted to do the 12 hours. So generally they will be pretty kind about my schedule. Sometimes the schedulers will ask me how I prefer it. Do you like your days all together, or do you like to separate them, spread them out? I generally tell them I like at least 2 days together. I don't mind doing one day on its own, but I don't want to do like every other day. There have been some weeks that I've been scheduled at some hospitals have actually worked like every other day, which is just less than ideal. I like to have a longer stretch off in between. Actually, in North Carolina, how I set my schedule, because I was working night shift on that contract, I actually set my schedule that I would work 6 nights in a row, and then I would have 7 or 8 days off after that, which was really nice. I mean, it's kind of hard for my 6. Well, actually, night shift is easier to do more nights together in a row, like 5 or 6 nights. I could handle that because I get into a better sleep schedule during the day. But otherwise, day shift I can't handle. More than 3 tops is all I like to do for day shift in a row, because days are really kind of hectic everywhere I've been. So scheduling, it hasn't been the best, but it hasn't been terrible. I am thankful that I can do the 12-hour days. And the last part of this question, Pamela, here, does your agency require a minimum of hours per week? Now, the hours per week are not generally set by the agency. They're generally set by the hospital. Most contracts are 36 hours a week, so that's your 312s. And except for one contract I was trying to get in South Dakota in Rapid City that didn't quite work out. They were hiring all their travelers for 48-hour weeks, so I would have needed to work 4 hours or 4 days a week. But generally it's 36 hours, and then in your contract it'll state a guaranteed hours per week. Now, again, most hospitals will guarantee 36 hours a week. The hospital I'm at right now actually only guarantees 24 hours a week, so they can call me off once a week, which they have been. They have been utilizing that part of their contract lately. And actually, I've been really blessed, because my contracts up until this one, I haven't been canceled. I mean, I've been at the hospitals and they've needed me and they've used me, and I haven't been canceled at all up until now, up until this contract here in Mesa. At one time last year in Phoenix, the hospital I was working at, they tried to cancel me, but I actually didn't get the message till I had already pulled in the parking lot that night, and I got the message and I called them. I said, I just pulled in the lot, and they said, oh, okay, just come up, we'll work you. So that was nice, but that was the only other day that I would have been called off. Now here, I've been called off once. That's been it's been a lot. So I am thankful to be getting out of here quite soon. Anyways, my last question comes from Poppy RVing. Do you work days or nights? And which RV park did you stay at in Mesa? So this contract I have been on days, thankfully. My last contract I was on days. Actually, my only contracts that I worked nights was my first 2 contracts. And then my next contract in Pennsylvania will be days as well. So I'm actually really quite pleased, because I love days. I love being awake during the day, and I love sleeping at night. So it has actually been quite wonderful. Generally, there are a lot more contracts out there for night shift than for day shift. So I'm really blessed to be getting all these day shift contracts. I'll take them as long as they last. And as far as our RV park, we have been staying at Val Vista Village in Mesa. And Val Vista is a Cal-Am, is owned by the Cal-Am company. And it is a 55 and plus park, but I will give you a tip. Neither one, Dave or I, do not meet the age criteria for this park, but all 55 and plus parks do have to let a certain number of younger folk in. So if you are not traveling with children and you would like to stay at a 55 and plus, call them up, tell them what you're doing. 9 times out of 10 they'll allow you to stay. So it's actually been really nice because it's generally been quieter. There's no kids around. Not that I don't like kids, I love kids, but it's just kind of nice, especially for the night shift assignments, to be in a 55 and plus park where it's generally quieter. But some of these older folk, they really can party. So sometimes it's not so quiet, but it's been fun. We like it. We stayed here last year and we're staying here this year. Who knows what's going to happen next year? You'll have to stay tuned to find out. Anyways, I think I've rambled on quite enough, and I thank you guys for watching. So next week we will be live, Medical Monday, coming to you at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, which will be noon Pacific Time. And I don't know what's going to be on the schedule for next week, so you'll have to tune in and find out. As always, leave your questions and comments below. I would love to answer them. And thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. We're always wanting more subscribers. Guys, just come follow along with us on our journey. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Hey guys, welcome to Medical Monday, and it is Monday. Okay, I'm going to start over because I don't need to say the day. So thank you for the question, Kenny and Sabrina. This isn't coming out right. Along with us on our journey. So think that. Okay? Is that good? Am I done?